For many years, a Kenyan safari was one of those ticks that a well-traveled globetrotter just had to have. However, a combination of bad publicity after the violence of the 2007 elections and the global economic crisis meant tourism was in a tight spot. However, Kenya's tourism sector has recorded a 16% growth in international arrivals for the first quarter of 2010. More than 330,000 tourists came to see the sights in Kenya in the first 3 months of this year. The invasion was led by arrivals from the UK, United States and Italy.
2008, after the post-election violence, we got on overdrive. And the overdrive was based on key aspects that we needed to do in the marketplace for us to be able to recover. One of them was the fact that we got into partnership, we got together with the government and also with the stakeholders, and groups went out in the traditional source markets and they reassured the market, that Kenya is a stable country, a tourism destination is a good product for you to sample, and to incentivize people to come down to Kenya. The other thing also that was done, which is quite a lot, was the fact that we worked very closely with the stakeholders. The stakeholders would be the hoteliers, the travel agents, the tour operators, and many of them gave incentives for people to come to this country so that they can enjoy the benefits that the country has as a destination.
And it's not just international tourists who are making their mark. There's also a significant rise in domestic tourism.
Domestic tourism at present caters for just about 30 or 40% of the total number of tourism activity in Kenya. The ideal situation would be to have at least 50% of our tourism numbers generated domestically. So that way we don't have to over-rely too much on international travel. Even though international travel is important, but if you have a good domestic tourism base, then you're able to attract other people to come to you.
Tourism contributes 11% of the country's GDP, so any increases in visitors means a positive outlook for Kenya. The Q1 results resonate well with the country's strategic plan to recover the numbers of 2007, which remains Kenya's best performing year, with earnings at 65 billion shillings and arrivals topping 1 million.
The tourism sector is a very crucial sector in Kenya, especially so being the second foreign exchange earner after horticulture. And indeed, as the data shows, we are underway and we are on our way to progress. They are very promising. By next year, I expect something better, as it was earlier released in the Economic Survey 2010 by our Ministry for Planning and Social Development. In fact, the tourism revenues from arrivals has gone up by almost 10 billion from the same period in the previous year.
Already, the Kenya Tourist Board has identified product diversification as key in enhancing its bottom line as it seeks to expand its market share. The birth of the East African Trade Bloc in July is seen as boosting tourism as the region works together to attract holiday makers.
For us to be able to effectively handle the competition, we do know that Kenya offers a very unique product, and we have therefore positioned ourselves in a way that people will have some aspect of attachment with Kenya as a destination. Indeed, when you look at the Jumbo campaign that we are currently running, it really emphasizes the USPs, the unique selling points of Kenya as a tourism destination.
Despite the impressive growth, analysts are quick to point out the opportunities offered by conference tourism, which the country is yet to fully tap into.
I think we have tapped into it before. Remember, about at least over 3 years ago, we had the World Social Forum here in Kenya. And now we had this World Economic Forum in our neighbor, Tanzania. And we were a participant. So yes, we are doing our best. And I think we also have to think of the East African community. And we also have to keep in mind the Common Markets Protocol to be ratified in the coming month.
We do need to invest more in the larger conferencing facilities that can host conventions, and mainly like a KICC in Mombasa, a KICC probably in Kisumu or Kakamega, and even one in the north, probably around the Isiolo area, because figures show us that when you have a good conference facility, it also drives accommodation.
It is expected that at the close of the year, the number of tourist arrivals would have surpassed the 2007 arrivals as the country continues to source new markets.